Rakataya Howard. Rakataya Howard shot. Alright, this is Karab on your Howard out from the GMS Miami camp.
I'm Kalon.
And just through the spirit want to put together a quick lesson on being spiritual, especially being in the time that we're coming into and seeing how these prophecies are unfolding left and right, and filtering through the scriptures, understanding that now is the time more so than ever to build yourself up spiritually. Because us going out on the highways and hedges doing the work, that's one part of this thing. That's part of our duty that the Most High put forth for us to go and do. But another part is us becoming spiritual men. Because coming into these last days, man, the type of atrocities that's going to be committed against us, and how this so-called white man, the devil Esau, is going to ride on us, man. All we're going to have is our this wisdom that we obtain from reading these scriptures, man. And like the elders always say, in these times we're going to find out who's really, obtaining what they need to obtain, or who was just really trying to be use showmanship, So, through the spirit, just want to put together a quick lesson, on being spiritual, man. First, give me Isaiah 33:6.
This is Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Right. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And what times are they talking about? That Jacob's trouble that's coming, like it's mentioned in Jeremiah 30:7. The only thing that's going to stabilize you in these times is the wisdom and knowledge of what? It's Holy Scripture, man. Not being able to quote this scripture or knowing this breakdown or how many sit downs you did. No, the wisdom and knowledge that you obtain from studying these scriptures is the only thing that's going to stabilize you. Why? Because this book is spiritual, man. And that's the only way you obtain it. Is to digest it spiritually. Go ahead up.
And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Right, and it should be the strength of your salvation, man. Because it's going to be totally faith-based in these times coming up, man. That's all you're going to have to lead. That's all you're going to have to lead by, man. Because it's going to be all hell, like the scriptures tell us. It's obvious that, and that's, part of us being in this faith, man, because we understand what's coming to this place, man. But also we need to understand the only thing that's going to keep us sane, and it's going to, because having faith that we will make it out of here is one part of it, but being spiritual about it is another part, man. It's a two-part battle. So you can't lack in one or the other, man. It's that you got to have that righteous balance like the scriptures always talk about. Okay, that was it on that up. Okay, give me St. John 6:63. Just to, get into what is the spirit.
So that's 6:63. All right. This is St. John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I spake unto you, they are spirit, they are spirit, and they are life.
Right. So in other words, the flesh that we're living in, anything that's based on fleshly gain or fleshly worship, it profited nothing, man. Especially coming into the times we're coming up to, man. The Holy Scripture is what quickeneth a man, man. Like, read that part again, so.
No problem. 6:36.
6:63. Yeah.
Want me to start back at the top?
Yeah.
It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, They are spirit.
Right. And the words that he's speaking unto us, they are spirit. So in order for you to be spiritual, you have to ingest this whole book. Why? Because Yahweh Shah told us that he comes in the volume of the book. So you have to spiritually ingest this book, man. Not, just the deep breakdowns that you want to understand so you can seem like you're on a certain type of level. No, you have to ingest this whole thing because they are spirit and true. And like the elders always going to, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You got to put the pieces together, man. And that's what's going to build you up spiritually. And like it said in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of your salvation, man. So the spirituality aspect of this thing is very important, man. Because soon, like it's saying the book of Second Ezra, man, the path is so narrow, only one man can walk at one time. We got this brotherhood now, to put our burdens on each other and, walk through this hellhole, you know what I'm saying, and know that we got brothers going through the same thing we got. But when all hell breaks loose, man, you're going to be every man for himself. And it's going to depend how you fare in those times, mainly off of faith and off of that calling of election. But it's going to be how did you quicken your spirit in these times right now before it gets ugly, man. Okay, from there, give me Romans, the 8th chapter, 3rd verse. Because coming into this truth, it's you want to become the that servant that that the Most High looking for, and you want to study, like the scripture says, study to show thyself approved. But growing in this thing and understand, because we babes, newborn babes, But coming into this thing and getting your foundation set and getting your feet wet, you understand, man. When all hell break loose, man, it's gonna be me, myself, and I. As far as what I obtain, and then the Most High, His part, He gonna deal with His part. You gotta do your part. And this is the downtime. This is the calm before the storm. So during the calm before the storm, you need to be building yourself up, man, quickening yourself. You got that up?
It's at 8 and 3, right?
Yeah, 8 and 3 to 6.
All right. This is Romans 8 and 3. For what the law could not do, and that it was weak through the flesh.
Because when Moses gave the children of Israel the laws in the wilderness, like a symbolic aspect of it, the Most High wrote them on stony tables. And that was symbolic of our hard heads. And like it says for the second covenant, He's gonna write it on our fleshly minds. You know what I'm saying? In our hearts and our mind. So we won't need those stones to read off. It's gonna be written inside of us. Go ahead.
Yahweh sending His own Son in the likeness of a sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh.
Right. He became that sacrifice for that first covenant. Go ahead.
That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh.
Right, and that us is the elect. And Lord willing, we be part of that number. Go ahead.
But after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
Right. So it's making a pure, clear distinction. People that are of the flesh, they walk after the flesh. They please the flesh. They do things that are pleasing to the flesh. Coming into this thing, the first thing you learn is to put off that old man that ran after those spiritual, those physical and those fleshly wants. That's the first thing you got to put off. Because coming into this, you understand that it's all spiritual. That's all you seek after, the spiritual gifts of this truth, man. Go ahead.
For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Right, and that's clear cut. That's how the Most High deal. It's no gray area. To be carnally minded is death, man. But to be spiritual, that's the only chance you're going to have in making it out of here. got to be spiritual. Why? Because to understand this book, you got to be spiritual. Why? Because it is a spirit. And the Most High has to open up your pineal gland to get it. But once he does that, it's not just for you or something to you to read and memorize and seem like you understand it and you the best interpreter of the Bible. No. The things that are written in that to quicken you, like it said in St. John 6:63. These words here to quicken your spirit for when? The time of Jacob's trouble. Which we all know through the scriptures is at hand, man.
Say something. You can remember all the scripts you want, but if you're not a spiritual man, you're never gonna believe. You just gonna know a shitload of scripts like these church folks. They could rehearse the whole Bible to you. They're not spiritual, man, and that's not gonna save them in those times.
And you seeing that with a lot of dudes, and we can name names, but dudes that have been falling out in some of the top, the sharpest dudes in GMS. But what lies beneath you hearing that these guys weren't spiritual? Because if you were spiritual, you would ingest the whole Bible, not just what you want to ingest to make you look like you're on some type of level. Because that just shows you're not being spiritual, because the Bible tells you we all part of a body. And like I was breaking down to this brother, if we in the gym, we lifting weights, yeah, my left arm stronger than my right arm, but I need both of them to lift the weight off of me. One can't be stronger than the other in that moment. They both got to work in unison for me to lift that weight, man. The same thing with this truth and us being the body of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And then breaking it down on a simpler level when it comes to you on the individual level. You got to ingest all this, man. You can't lean to one side of it, or you want to be a good teacher, but you lacking in the spiritual aspect. It don't work like that, man. That's the reason you're obtaining all of this knowledge. So you can quicken yourself spiritually. All right, look, that was it on that. Yeah. Okay. Go to book of Ephesians. No, let's hold that. Give me Galatians chapter 5, verse 19. Like I say, we bathed in this thing, and it's like, first coming in, you learning so much, and you learning by example. You watching the elders, and you watching the other brothers that paved the way, that you came into this truth, watching and learning up under. And then once you get your feet set and you understand, man, this thing all spiritual, man, because at any given time, the Most High can take the knowledge away from you, man. So you have no choice but to be spiritual in this thing, man. You got it out?
So 5 and 18?
5 and 19.
Yeah. This Galatians 5 and 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, the what? Mm-hmm. Keep on?
Yeah.
Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, delusion, heresies. Go on.
Okay, so in the scriptures are clear cut. It said at the top, these are the works of the flesh are manifest, and it's going down a list of things that a fleshly person will commit, and we see all these things happening with the people that we consider to be 2/3. So it's a clear cut what we shouldn't be doing. Go ahead.
Envyings, murders, drunkenness, revilings, and such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Right, and that's plain. And we know that that's Israelite 101, knowing that you commit those type of acts, you're not worthy of the kingdom of the Most High. Go ahead.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering.
So I'll go back to the top.
To the top.
No, the way you just started.
All right. Verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
Right, the fruit of the Spirit. So you're looking at the Spirit as symbolically as a tree. So the fruit of that